Morning, Sunday, December 15th, 2024. I'm Larissa. My video diary. The time has come. Tap, 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 tap. It's my T-ball. Time has come to drink some skulls. All right, fat girl. Oh my gosh. So yesterday it was like pouring rain, and there was havoc in the Valley of the Scots. Community, it's adjacent to ours. Well, one of our parcels is technically Scotts Valley, but not the parcel that our house is on. Yeah. Anyway, but in addition to the weathers, which I was, concerned about, I was also a friggin' blood cannon yesterday. Was not fit for being in public. Geez, I should have been on the floor on a bed of straw the way I was going yesterday. Oh my God. It was a mess. It was awful. So I didn't go into work. And it's the first Saturday in a long time. First Saturday in like 3 years that Omar and I just had a quiet Saturday at home together. Seriously. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, did we do anything special? No. But like for lunch, we finished the cheesy pasta bake I made the other night for dinner. Finished that for lunch. And so after lunch, I said to him, so what do you want me to make for dinner? And I gave him 3 options. I shouldn't have even put pasta as an option. I had stuff to make sauce, which to make penne. I said, do you want penne? Do you want stewed greens and chickpeas over rice? Or what was the third thing? What was it? I can't remember. Or do you want me to make a pot of vegetable soup? Well, I wanted to make the vegetable soup. Is what I wanted to make. That's what I wanted for dinner. I love soup. I do. And he's like, penne. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, I want the penne with the red sauce. I'm like, okay. So I did. We had pasta for lunch and for dinner. And after dinner, and he was like, oh, it's so good. I'm like, I can't believe you wanted to have that. Like, he's no help. Like, no wonder I'm a fat girl. Pasta for lunch and dinner. Oh my God. We won't be having there's leftover pasta, so we have to eat that now. But I won't be making pasta again for a while. He's not going to get pasta as an option for a while now. No, he's not. Oh my God. But that sauce I made yesterday, it was killer. It was killer. It was just a marinara sauce, but I put mushrooms in it, and it was a mushroom marinara. It was a mushroom marinara. Oh, so good. So good. Like, I could have kept shoveling pasta in my face last night, but I was just like, no, Larissa, you don't need more than one bowl of pasta. No. Fat girl don't need more than one bowl of pasta. It was really good, though. Yeah. I guess technically it was like pasta fazool because I put beans in it, too. Technically. So technically it was pasta fazool. But I didn't use the ditalene. No. I used a penne. Yeah. Oh, and I did some more writing yesterday, so that was good. I feel like there's another novel coming. Oh, I've decided what my Lenten series is going to be this year. Yeah. So I'm coming back to slay the dragon, so to speak. So when I tore the muscle in my back, I had been working on wood carving. Right? That's what I've been working on. And the spoon, I was carving a wooden spoon out of madrone. And like most wooden spoons are carved out of a semi-soft wood or softwood, right? Because it's easy. Madrone is very, very hard. Very, very hard. The spoon was beautiful. It's not done. It's never going to be done. It's going to be what it is. Anyway, I have these big madrone stumps, and I'm going to carve them. Or at least one of them. We'll see how it goes. Got 3 madrone stumps. I want to carve all 3 of them, but we'll start with one. We'll see how it goes throughout the season of Lent, doing that. And, working on that spoon and then tearing the thing in my back, tearing the muscle in my back, meant that for the season of Lent that year, I was unable to make a series of work. I couldn't move. So I'm going to come back and fight it. I'm going to fight that madrone and carve me up a piece of madrone. I'm going to make vessels. Vessels. I'm going to carve me some vessels. Yeah, so I'm not going to paint at all. Take that, painting. Yeah. Yeah, and if I get these 3 pieces, if I make these 3 pieces, which is what I'd like to do, I don't know that it's going to, I think it's more realistically going to be 1 piece, right? The wood is so hard and the pieces are so big, but even if it's just 1 piece, it'll be amazing. It's going to take me, it's going to take some time, and it's going to take some effort. It is. But then it will be on a pedestal. And I think I will, at that point then, take down the Dreamscape series. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take them down. Yeah. Yeah, I might do some work making some ceremonial implements, you know? You know? I might design a ritual and then design implements and garments to go with that ritual. Yeah. Yeah. I think I might do that. But definitely going to carve me up some madrone this year. Yes. Yes. Yeah. So today's the day. Today's a Be Nice to Larissa day. And today is gonna move some energies. Gonna open some doorways to some ethereal worlds, and tell the haints to get at. No, it's more than that. It's like a dusting and cleaning. It's a dusting and cleaning. Yep. Yeah, so I mean, I'm going to smudge and ground, but I'll smudge and ground before and after, right? Like this is and I'm going to do a big draw. I'm going to do a big pull. I'm going to cast a net. Drag them in and be like, "Hey, train's in the station." People get ready. There's a train a coming. Don't need no ticket. You just get on board. Yeah. Yeah. Train's rolling in today. Train's rolling in. Who's getting on to get to move on out? Yeah. I was telling Omar a little bit about my process last night. He was like, "What?" He's like, "What?" Oh, yeah, things you don't know about me. There's a lot he doesn't know about me. There's a lot that I just keep to myself. There is more that I keep to myself than what I share, and I share quite a bit. So that is just a fraction. Yeah. Yeah, I was telling him I use those dominoes um, that I was using. Well, when you go get stuff at antique shops, they have energies attached to them, and because there's a reason why people hold on to things, and reason why people don't pass things on, kind of thing, and you can't bring yourself to get rid of it, whatever. There's reason for that, right? So, and there have been a number of times that I have not purchased things in antique shops. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to bring that energy home with me. Um, and there have been a number of times in antique shops when I've seen stuff, like there was this rocking chair that was in this one stall in this one shop where I like to go. So a couple places that I go, they have a number of vendors, right, that have little stalls inside of the shop. Mm-mm. And this one vendor had this rocking chair. It was a late 1800s, with all the spindles and everything, um, and carved and had these really beautiful articulated armrests on this thing. And when I got into the space, it rocked a little, and I'm like, okay. So I'm like, there's something there. And then just as I was turning to leave the stall, out of the corner of my eye, I had to do a double take. I'm like, somebody in the there was a woman sitting in the chair, and she had a high neck, high collar Victorian collar, um, and black, and she had her hands over the ends of the. She was sitting in the chair, and she had her hands over the ends of the chair, of the armrest. She was rocking. She had pointed boots with the laces up the front. Yeah, and then she was gone, and the chair stopped rocking. So I mean, there's stuff like that. You know, gone into stalls and had little knickknacks turn kind of thing. So like, look at me, here I am, take me home with you. So you take those things home. When you take those things home, those energies go with them. They're attached to it, and it's not. Um, it's frequently not the entire um, uh, energetic entity, right? It's usually just a fraction. It's a poltergeist. It's a fraction of a fracture of the entity that stays attached to that belonging, and it's in part like how they identify the new Dalai Lama, right? Is through the belongings, like the reincarnated the reincarnated being recognizes their belongings because there's energetic imprint upon those things, right? And so that's one of the tests that they do. Can the being identify the personal belongings, right? And then they get those personal belongings back, whatever. Um, but that's what this is. There's an energetic imprinting, a fracturing of the energetic self attached to these things in this dimension and plane, and so you see stuff like that in antique shops. So I think it's those. It might be those dominoes. So I'll clear those. I'll be sure to specifically clear those today. Oh, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to see the for me it's life affirming, it's an affirmation of the human spirit. I mean, even if it can be troubling or problematic or for some people frightening, for me, stuff doesn't scare me. It's like, okay, yeah, like it's reassuring that this vessel that we're in, this flawed this flawed body, this flawed meat bag that we walk around in, right? Like it's not the beginning or the end, right? Life is something that is far more, it's eternal. Life is something that's eternal. It does not begin or end with this body. It's the other reason why I get really irritated with the, oh, life starts at conception bullshit when it comes to women's reproductive rights, right? Because life does not begin at conception. Life began long ago. Long before long before penis went in vagina, and and sperm, semen met egg long before conception. Life began long before conception, and it goes on long after death of the meat bag, right? It's eternal. Yeah. Yeah. So I just, my belief in there being something so much larger than this is so strong that there is no there's no way that you can that the whole abortion thing, it's just a control tactic. It's just a way of controlling women. That's all. There's no morality around it. I mean, the other argument that people like to use is, oh, women use it as birth control. It is such an invasive procedure, and the number of women who have used it that way, right, is a very small percentage, right? Just because there's a handful of promiscuous sluts somewhere on this planet, the rest of us are expected, are treated like this, and the argument just isn't there, right? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, no. I find this energetic, this spiritual work extremely life affirming. Yeah. Yes, I do. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, yes, I'm not all crampy this morning. That's good. I mean, I have some cramps, but it's not like yesterday. Oh my God. I told Omar, like, I've been taking the Dong Quai now, drinking the Dong Quai in my tea for the last like month and a half. So, and I've seen difference. I see a difference in my cycle. And the difference is like the cramps are really bad and the bleeding is really bad, like it always is. But, in the past I've had like the cramps were so bad that I would cry. And um they've not crossed that threshold this month. So like the cramps haven't been so bad that I've cried. Rolled around and groaned a little bit, yeah, but not so bad that I've cried. And that's nice because crying from physical pain, that is not fun. I mean, crying in general isn't fun. Sometimes it feels really good to do, but in general it's not fun. But crying from physical pain, mm, not fun. Not fun. Yeah. So that's been nice, you know. With the cysts and everything, it's like um they're labor pains, right? Like the doctor told me that. That's not just me making that shit up, right? The doctor when I was diagnosed with the cysts when I was in high school, and I was like freshman or sophomore year. No, it was younger than that. I was in middle school when I was diagnosed with the cysts. It might have been eighth grade. Eighth grade. Yeah. Anyway, I was like 13 when they gave me the birth control pills, right? And that was directly for the cysts. It was to um, help prevent the cysts from happening. But you can't take birth control pills forever. And the last time I tried going back on them, it was the side effects were so bad. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. Mm, yeah. That's what the doctor told me. It's like, no, those aren't cramps. Those are contractions. And That's what you're going to deal with when this happens. So, yeah, contractions every month, almost every month. It's not fun. You'd think I'd have more abdominal strength, geez, just from my body doing that. But no, I think it's actually contributed to mobility issues and things. All I know is it's extremely painful. Extremely painful. Yeah, but this month didn't cross the pain threshold into tears. So that was nice. That's been nice. Mm. Yeah. Seriously, last night I wanted either the vegetable soup or the stewed grains. That's what I wanted. I should have just not, I shouldn't have given him an option. I should have just been like, I'm making dinner, this is what I'm making. And then he would have eaten it. Yeah. Yeah, so I have like a whole bunch of greens down there, turnip and mustard and collard and kale, right? I'm gonna clarify some butter because I don't have any ghee down there, so I have to make it. Clarify some butter when I make these, and it's probably gonna be tomorrow. Clarify some butter and saute the onions and garlic and ginger and star anise and some other herbs, not herbs, spices. And then add in the greens and cook them down. Cook them down. And then add the chickpeas. Yeah. Yes. And then make the rice and have that over rice. Anyway, if I let him pick meals every day, we'd eat nothing but pasta and pizza and sandwiches. And then he ate like 3 bowls of cereal after that. I'm like, you've eaten nothing but pasta today. And I made oatmeal for breakfast yesterday. We had oatmeal. We had oatmeal and then pasta for lunch and dinner. And then he had like 3 bowls of cereal. I'm like, oh my God. Starchy, starchy. Anyway. Anyway. My YouTube feed is like full of all, it's like the worst. Like, I'm like, where is all this shit coming from? And I keep on picking, do not recommend this channel. I keep on picking, not interested. And yet, like, the same videos keep coming up. I don't give a shit about Meghan Markle and Harry. I really don't. I'm sick and tired of all the bullshit in my feed over it. Like, oh, they're getting divorced. Oh, this now and this, that. And it's just like, these people mean nothing to me. They mean nothing to me. I don't fucking care what they do or don't do. Right? Like, I'm not interested in consuming anything that they sell. And every time I see anything about anything they're making, I'm like, oh my God, what is this? Like, why does Netflix keep sinking money into things with them? Why? There is nothing interesting about them. So I guess the latest flop is something called Polo? A show about polo? And the comment, the idea was to make it seem to show that polo is accessible to everyone. No, it's not. Oh, yuck. Who the fuck's gonna watch that? Ooh, polo. Ooh, let's play polo. Come on. Come on. That's what that is rich bitch game. Up one side, down the other. Nobody gives a shit about that. Nobody wants to watch that. Yet Netflix sunk all that money in. I see some of the shit that media outlets spend money on. And it's just like, what? Netflix. Netflix, I have written a number of novellas, and I have this series of short stories. The series of short stories in particular, I think would make an excellent mini series, right? No, they're not the same characters in every one, like, but they're like each one's like a little vignette. And I think each one would make an interesting little like 45-minute film and put them all together in a series. I mean, the woman could be the same character in each one because that's how it was written, is that the woman is supposed to be the same woman, right? In these different relationships, or meetings of people. Netflix, my short stories, let's do them. Let's do them. Or any of my novellas. Any of my novellas. Let's do it. Let's do it. But you got to pay me. And I want to be involved, right? You can't just take them from me like everybody does, right? Netflix, please stop investing money into garbage like Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Nobody gives a shit about any of that. What a waste of money. What a waste of money. Anyway, no, with my stuff, like, I would want to be involved in the screen adaptation process, and I would want to be involved in casting. And I would want to be consulted on directing, but I wouldn't want to direct, right? Like, I want to be able to to give to give notes and feedback to the director, but I wouldn't necessarily want to be directing. I don't know. Maybe I could direct. I don't know. I definitely want to be involved in casting. Definitely would want to be involved in casting. Yeah, because there are some people that I just wouldn't want in those positions, in those characters. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So there's all that shit in my feed, and I'm like, I don't even give a shit about these people. Why is this in here? And there's all this shit about all the stuff with Tyler Perry and Megan. I'm like, I don't fucking give a shit. I don't watch Tyler Perry's crap either. And then there's all the Sean Combs shit, and and Jay-Z and his tart. Oh my god. Shake all those shit apples out of that tree, let me tell you. But it's like, I'm not looking for this. I'm not looking for this news. This is what they're choosing to show me. I'm just like, whatever. I know they're all scumbags. It's why I don't consume their products, right? But the way I feel about it is that, there are a lot of people that knew that stuff doesn't happen secretly, right? Like, that's an open secret, right? There's a lot of people who knew what was going on, and a lot of people just kept their mouths shut or were okay with it as long as they got theirs, kind of thing. All those people are culpable. And, you know, there's part of me that feels like those who knew what was going on and helped to cover it up or helped to keep it hush hush all these years in order to build their own career, that's worse, right? That's worse, like, morally and ethically. You know, the person the person the facilitating perpetrator, right? They genuinely have some sort of sickness of the soul, sickness of the spirit, sickness of the mind, sickness of the flesh. Like, they're sick, right? The people who know about it and don't do anything about it, they're culpable, and that's far worse. I think when it comes to judgment, right? Like, everybody's lucky that I'm not God, right? And this is when my time comes, whatever God has to say, Right. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, in the 90s, like everybody knew, even on the peripheral of the music scene, you know, teeny boppers like myself going to shows and getting to know the bouncers and shit. Everybody knew. Like this has been going on a long time. So like they were just that's why I never was into their stuff. And that's in large part why. Right? Right? Yeah. Polished turds. Whole bunch of shiny turds. Shiny turds. Turd. That's a good word, huh? You turd. Ooh, nobody wants to be a turd. Ugh, turd. Turdlet. Oh, Brody left some turds. He worked real hard too. He worked real hard. He poops right on either side of the truck, right? Where either on the passenger side or on the driver's side, because he knows that like I go down and get in the truck in the morning when I'm leaving for work or whatever, and I open up the passenger side first, and I put my bags on the passenger seat, and then I go around the other side, and I get in, and so he poops where he thinks I might step in it, right? And he'll do it like while he'll go out there and he'll do it like just before I come home from work too, because there'll be fresh ones, like really fresh ones, like still a little bit of steam coming off of them and flies and they're a little shimmery still, right? Like when I home park the truck and there'll be one like right outside of where I open the driver's side door, and so like I always have to look, and I always look, I do, and he stands at the window and he waits. He's like, oh, did you get in it? I'm like, I did not step in it, dude. I did not. He's always trying to get me to step in his shit. That's his revenge. That's Brody's revenge. Revenge of the turds. And he has to work real hard sometimes, right? Like when he's forgotten all day and he waits until just before I'm coming home and he goes out and puts some fresh ones out there. He has to squeeze them real hard, get the little turds out. He has to work real hard to get them out. Little turdlets. He's hoping I'll step in them. Oh my god. Oh my god. He's a turd. What a turd. Turd. Mm. Yeah. 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 I need to go Christmas shopping for the fur balls. I do. I do that. Gotta go Christmas shopping for the fur balls. Yes. And I need to go get some sassy accoutrements for the gallery so she can come be gallery kitty with me. And we'll do first time we'll do it on a day when I'm not open when I'm just going in to go work. So I'll go get stuff tomorrow. Or maybe I'll get some stuff today. Maybe I'll do it today. Maybe I go to the PetSmart. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling after I do my space clearing. If I'm feeling a little woo and need to come home, or whether I feel like I can speak to the living. Speak to the living after brushing up with the dead. Yeah. Or maybe I'm going to just stay at the gallery and work. Yeah, maybe I am. Maybe I'm going to stay at the gallery and work this evening. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. I need to work on his Christmas gift. I need to finish it. I do. I need to finish it. Anyway.